Okay, let's talk about what got me into crochet and why I do it. So, as a child, my grandmother, and I'll show a picture of her, she lived in Mexico and every once in a while would come and visit my family in San Diego, California. And as a child, she would try to teach me how to knit or crochet. And I was probably in middle school. I was probably like 12, 13 years old, trying to learn how to crochet. And she would just teach me how to chain and told me just practice chaining. And eventually she got me this wood block that had nails in it. I'm not sure what it's called. And you would zigzag the yarn onto this tool, and you would pull up the loop over the yarn that you would zigzag, and pull up a loop, zigzag, pull up the loops on both sides, and it would like create this scarf. So that was like the very first thing I ever knitted, crocheted. I'm not sure what category that would fit into. And that was the only thing I really made with her growing up. I didn't really have enough patience for knitting or crochet as a kid. I rather ride my bike outside, and so I didn't really pick it up. Well, fast forward to 2019, the pandemic hit, and my grandma, her name was Grandma Anita is what I called her. She had 3 spinal surgeries in her life, had arthritis, had an enlarged heart. She was not a very strong woman, health-wise. And so when the pandemic hit and she visited the hospital for some care, unfortunately she tested positive for COVID and they intubated her. This is before vaccines came out. This is before they really knew what to do with COVID. It was still really new. And she ended up going into a coma a week later. It hit her coma, then led to her dying. And it hit the family really hard. I was super close to my grandma growing up, and it was one of those things where you don't really realize what you have until it's gone. And I felt like I didn't appreciate all the things that she would try to teach us as a kid. You know, she was just my loving grandma, and she was a beautiful woman who loved plants and loved animals and loved people, especially her family. Wow. And every Christmas she would make my family crocheted or knitted items every Christmas, and it wasn't just for like one person in the family, it was like for everybody. She made me a lot of hats and scarves that I still have to this day, and I think I have them in storage now just because I don't want them to get ruined. And I was a lot younger, so they don't really fit me now that I'm older. But when I was in high school, she passed away when I was in college, but when I was in high school, she made me this beautiful green cover. So it just goes over and drapes and you tie it, and I still have it. I cherish the thing. I love it so much. All this to say that after she passed away, I felt like there was like a hole in my heart. And so I didn't start crocheting until I want to say 2025, so a few years after her passing. I had already graduated college. It's during the summer of 2025, and all of a sudden I just was thinking about my grandma, missing her, and I was like, I wanted to carry on her legacy. I felt like she was trying to pass it down to somebody in the family of being the crocheter or the knitter. She was very, very passionate about crocheting and knitting. And I don't know, I just started to pick up crochet because I felt that I was remembering her and remembering the memory of her and honoring the memory of her, to take on that torch and carry on the legacy. And so I've been crocheting ever since, and I think she would be so proud of how far I've come. And I only do it as a hobby right now, but I never realized I'd love crochet so much and that would be so meaningful to me. So that is my story of why I started crochet. And yeah, I'm gonna continue the hobby and see where it takes me, but I love it so much, and that's my story. I'd love to hear your stories of what got you started into crochet or knitting.